Okay, so I had something strange going on with my line type scale here. For some reason, it's not enough space there to show any of that phantom line at a scale of 1. So I'm just changing around in properties. I'm going to go to 0.5 or even 0.25 if I wanted multiple of those phantom lines to show up for that, multiple of the spaces rather for the phantom line to show up. So I've got my cutting plane. I should designate what I'm going to call that section. So I'll use mtext. I've got my text style turned on annotative. So what it's considering is 1/8 of an inch on paper is scaling up to a 1/2 inch. So I'll make a box. I'll just call this one section AA. So I will put in A, move that a little bit more where I want it to go. That looks good. Copy one down to the bottom. And then I'll go ahead and put in text again over here. And I'll be calling this one section AA. Should change that onto my text layer as with the A's down here. And there we go. I've got a section plane, section line, cutting plane line set up here. And my hatch is annotative, so as I change around the annotation scale, it will just change the spacing for the hatch. I've labeled my section AA as well as the cutting plane. So there is how to do a section view with a Flatshot command of a 3-dimensional solid. Keep in mind, like I said earlier, you can always use your just skills from CAD class 5 or 6, where you're given that tool block and expected to just draw a 2-dimensional view without actually having a 3D solid. So you don't have to use a section or an auxiliary from your 3D object. You don't even have to draw a 3D object in your final if you don't want. However, I think it saves some time and ends up being probably a little bit more accurate and less prone to drafter error. If you have set up your 3D object properly, you can make sure that you set your section just with that flat shot. It'll cut exactly how it wants to look. You'll notice that my section looks exceedingly similar to my multi-view here. The other thing I could have done is just exploded my multi-view and changed some of the lines around to different line types on different layers. Joined the lines once I changed them and put it on the correct layer, and then hatched. So I didn't have to do that slicing plane if I didn't want to. I could have just edited part of my multi-view to look like a section, but like I said, it'll save you a little bit of time of cutting out the correct lines and trying to think about, okay, what would actually get cut through. If you just use that section plane, that slicing plane, we can see exactly what got cut through. So I'll make at least one more video, if not another series of videos, for how to use the Sol View and Sol Draw command. But I would highly recommend that you familiarize yourself before the final with this Flatshot setup. And I'll explain why more in the Sol View and Sol Draw video later. But there you have it. There's a Flatshot section view.